I am Navya, and this is my Supernatural Fangirl Diary. Today, we continue on with our creator chats. Today's guests are best known for their hit rewatch podcast, which is of letters. Their podcast is known for its warm and friendly vibe, fun audience involvement, and the literal and metaphoric joy it brings to its listeners. Let's welcome Joy and Vara. Hi, ladies. Welcome.
Thank
Hi.
you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. One of the questions that I open up with is that how would you describe your podcast to people who haven't watched it before? But because you guys have a rewatch podcast, what I want to ask is how would you say, like, what would you say is the thing that sets apart your podcast from other podcasts, from other rewatch podcasts?
She really said, like, what's your unique selling point just out of the gate? She was like, give it to me straight. Tell me what it is. So what I have heard from people that I think is different is they don't just listen to us. And I say this very humbly, like I still feel like I am not living on this earth when people tell me this, but also it's in our stats, like people binge us. People are very dedicated. They've gone back to the very, very beginning where we didn't have great sound. Bless your hearts, all of you. And I don't mean that in the Southern way. That's a different tone of voice, y'all. But sincere. And then they tell us that it's like watching the show with the friend that they've always wished that they had, like people who are as nerdy, as in-depth, as like committed to the lore, committed to the comedy and the music and just all the details as they are. And that's the gap that they've been looking to fill, is like they love the show, but in their real life, they don't have people who want to sit down and watch the episodes with them, or they have people who are willing to watch Supernatural, but they don't want to like deep dive into the symbolism. Yeah. And as we all know, anyone who knows me who's consumed any of my content, I am a nerd. Okay. I love a deep dive. So I think what they get that's different with us is we really, really go hard on background stories and fun facts. And like we've tried to create a little bit of a found family as well, in a way that I feel is unique, because we have people messaging us when they're in the hospital or when they're having a hard time, or to just say, hey, I really like listening to you guys on my commute. It's made my day better. And that is so meaningful. And like, I don't even know how to describe the feeling that I have in my heart when people say things like that.
Yeah. And saying that it's like listening to friends talking to them about the show, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I do feel like that's pretty unique, and it's like a really warm and fun environment that you create on your show. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, but what made you want to like do a Supernatural podcast?
Really, honestly, sorry, Laura. I was just gonna say it was Laura. So you should ask her, because
kind of.
She rocked up and she was like, I want to do a podcast with you. And I was like, cool, what podcast are we going to do? And we were talking about different things that we enjoyed, like what topics we could podcast about. We were talking about Gilmore Girls. We were talking about like just like movies, topics we were both interested in. And then she happened to drop the fact in this conversation that she has never seen Supernatural.
Yeah,
and I was like,
talked about it a lot, and I was like, well, I think I would like that show.
I was like, I'm so sorry. What do you mean you've never seen Supernatural? That is against the law.
I was obviously living under a rock.
Clearly.
But yeah, I'd listened to a few rewatch podcasts before. I like rewatch podcasts. So I was like, why don't we do that and do it about Supernatural, and then I can watch it. And instead of just binging it, I now have to watch it once a week for like 6 years.
Yeah. Good times for you, Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's commitment to the bit.
There's so many times where I'm like, I just want to watch another episode. I want to know what happens. But I have to record first.
It's a hard life, Laura. It's a hard life.
Yeah.
So you just hit your 100th episode, right? So that means you've been doing this, what, like 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah. A couple of years now, which is crazy because it feels like it was literally yesterday.
Yeah, I can't believe we done 100th episode.
That's wild. I guess time flies when you're having fun, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's a plausible explanation.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's not the only one.
So you started like a few years ago, and it's going. But how long have you two known each other, and how did your friendship start?
That's a good question, Laura. You answer this one.
I don't know. It was only like a year before?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And we were like Instagram friends. We haven't, we live like 5 hours away from each other. But it's like, well, as Joy always says, it's like we found family. Like she's like one of my best friends now.
Yeah. Laura is definitely family don't end in blood for me personally, because what's really funny is I do not have a good relationship with my blood relatives for various reasons. It's like a long and complicated story, but it leaves me feeling kind of isolated sometimes, as you can imagine. And I also live in a totally different country from my relatives and the people I grew up with. So I have always been searching for something to kind of, I don't know if replace is the right word, but maybe it is. And then Laura and I were messaging on Instagram, got to be kind of friendly, I would say. And then I think her being like, let's do a podcast together. We've spent the last 2 years talking every single week. And I would say that she is like one of my closest friends. And then we did this ancestry website thing together, and we found out that our ancestors have been living in the same places for thousands of years. So like we kind of are like family. Like it's like it was destined, honestly. And I know that sounds corny, but I am beyond grateful because she has become the sister that I have always wanted.
Aww. That's lovely. I mean, it definitely shows. That's why people keep coming back to listen to you guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Like that.
You're also awesome. We loved having you on. We're definitely having you on again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited for that.
I really had a great time.
It was the best time.
Also, I have to point out, because it's a video. it's a video episode, so I can see you, and there's sunlight on your face, and you're in a valley of sunflowers, and it just looks so cute.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so progressing forward. So Laura, obviously you're new to Supernatural.
New to the fandom.
New to the fandom. But also just for the both of you, what are your outside Supernatural lives like? I feel like Supernatural just consumes so much of our lives. What do you do when you're not podcasting?
Editing the podcast.
Yeah, honestly. It's probably all podcasts all the time.
Yeah. And then watching the episodes.
Yeah.
At least. Watching the new episodes, making the notes. I would say interests for me personally outside of the podcast. I love film type photography. So I have a Polaroid. I love going exploring. Both Laura and I really enjoy haunted places stuff, not just the mythology, but going there. So we've been to the Skirrid Inn together, and we had a little investigation around there, and that was really fun. So we like paranormal things. Trying to think of what else. We both really enjoy good food. I have taken her to some of my favorite cake places, which is
castle.
Yeah, my castle. Just low key, my castle. It's a castle that is not, in fact, mine, y'all. In case that's not clear, it's just up the road for me a little way in Wales, and it is beautiful. And they serve really nice coffee and cakes in there. So it's just a very chill existence.
Yeah. Yeah. My interests are just kind of I like board games, and I like crocheting, and I like walking in nature.
You also like true crime.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget.
True crime podcasts and spooky podcasts. I think I like the spooky ones more, to be fair.
I definitely like the spooky ones more.
Did you guys do the Queen Mary thing, the momentous Queen Mary?
No, I'm so mad because I found out about it after the fact, and I was like, that would have been our jam. That would have been something that we were so up for. We would have had our tarot cards out, reading along.
Yeah, that would have been
the
good.
next one, though. The next spooky thing we're definitely going.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a ticket to anything before I went to the Rachel Miner event, which was amazing and so much
that was
fun.
really good, yeah.
And then I knew from you talked to me about what Ruth was doing for like
Yeah.
solstice and stuff like that. We'd had that conversation.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I should go and check one out and see what it's like. And I went to Rachel Miner's and it was amazing. Amazing. Highly recommend if ever she's doing another one.
Did you do the one with Shoshana? That was really good too.
I missed that one. I think I was taking a break
That
that
was
week.
last week, I think.
Yeah. I
It's
wasn't
really
really doing much last week. I was like, I am taking a mental health break from the internet. And
That's
I basically put everything aside and I pretend that I'm living in like 1995 for a little while.
95.
Yeah,
right
she does another
right
one.
before the internet.
Yeah. Right at the cutoff point.
Right at the cutoff point. No, that's valid. No, the Shoshana's convention was also really good. Like convention from the couch was really good.
Yeah.
She was a lot of fun, and she had like because she did her whole thing in ASL, and she had an interpreter, which was really nice and really interesting. Honestly, I was just mesmerized. She looked so beautiful. You're just like sitting there and looking at Shoshana, and I was like, I don't even care what you're saying. I'm just happy to be here.
You were just bewitched.
Yeah, just bewitched.
Love it.
But those are really fun, I think. Like I feel like they do like a good like variety of events as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a good
now that
helpful
I know about it, I'm kind of signed up to it. I'm really looking forward to going to more. I'd really like to go to some of Ruth's ones.
Yeah.
Rachel, anything that she does, I'm low-key obsessed with her. I will go to that one.
It's
Yeah,
really good.
I really want to go to the conventions and things, and even things like that from the couch ones. But I'm like, I'm gonna get spoilers. Like, I don't know who half the characters are yet.
Yeah. I mean,
Good point.
Shoshana hasn't even like entered your like,
She has no idea who Eileen
you have
is.
no idea who Eileen is. Yeah. Okay, but so we were talking a little bit about conventions. Also wanted to ask, like, how does supernatural fit into like the non-supernatural parts of your life?
That's a good question. I'm gonna see if I wrote anything down for that because honestly, I am drawing a blank.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got like podcast stuff and then I have work, and they don't really cross over.
I'm really grateful to pass me because I did make a note actually. And what I said was, I am always trying to include my Mr. Rogers goals on the podcast. Like I love Sesame Street, love Mr. Rogers, good man, right? So I'm always trying to add things on. Like we had that really interesting conversation about mental health that you contributed to. That was fantastic. We talk a lot about queer identity. We talk about autistic identity, disability, chronic illness, lived experiences. So literally, I think for me, the crossover point is that I've noticed that the supernatural fandom is very passionate about caring for each other. And by and large, when they say that we are a family in a non-culty way, they do mean it. Like people have been super nice. There's so many charitable things that tie into it. Like for me personally, when we first started researching what a supernatural podcast would be like, we ended up stumbling upon the Women of Letters because that was our first hit at a name. And then we realized that had already been done and we had to change our name to the Witches of Letters. But when I was looking up about what they did, they basically, as far as I can tell, kind of pioneered Supernatural Wiki and made this amazing resource for everyone else. And they also did so much charitable work and like were really genuinely involved in their communities. And I was like, well, what better way to kind of tie things together, I suppose. It's the way that people look out for each other. It's the way people have embraced always keep fighting, very aware of like mental health issues. So I feel like for me, these are passion points that I have. And they're passion points of the show too. Like there's conversations about PTSD representation we can have from the show. There's conversations about like the emotional availability of like men, I suppose we could talk about. Like there's so many layers, there's so much depth to it. And I feel like that's probably the way that it crosses over for me.
Yeah, I do think the mental health side of things is really like dear to my heart. So all the always keep fighting side of things is really good. I think that's had such a big impact, especially on like men's mental health.
Yeah.
But not just. But yeah.
We're also raging feminists on the podcast, and we are raging feminists in real life. So there's that as well. Yeah.
Love that. How do you think your audience responds to this? Like, do you think you have like a very specific audience because of who you are as people?
I did actually look up the
Probably.
analytics of this.
Oh, really? Okay, tell us.
Well,
Tell
our
us all
audience
about it.
is mostly female, which is no surprise.
That's no shock. I actually am really like a massive fan of the men who listen, though, because for
Yeah.
that 10 to 20%, whoever they are,
I don't think
my
it's even
dude.
that high.
my
We love
dude,
you.
what a
Hi.
legend. What an absolute legend. Thank you. You are Aragorning in 2026.
Yes. Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
most-
maybe you should start using your podcast to like set up your listeners with each other, because it's like good men are so rare. Listen,
Yes.
you know, let's set you up with some of the people who listen to our podcast.
Because they clearly care about feminism or they would not still be here. Oh my gosh.
That's true. Yeah, and the main age range is around our like age, so 28 to 44 age ranges.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they're mostly in the US, but our other top countries are Denmark, Germany, and Vietnam, which popped up the other week randomly. We were like, where did
Yeah.
Vietnam come from? So hi, Vietnam.
Hello. Thank you.
But yeah, like we have a great audience. Everyone like sends us stories that we
Yeah.
can read out. It's just and like comments on things is so good.
Yeah, they are amazing for that because we just recently started the mailbag segment, didn't we?
Yeah.
So like we have a reasonable amount of people who are like writing in, participating, truly shaping it. Like there's people that I can name from our Instagram account who literally like we talk to on like a weekly basis. And it's the input that we have from these guys that really helps us shape like episodes and direction and stuff like that. So I would say we are making the podcast, but also our audience is also shaping the podcast alongside us.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
true.
it's kind of like Supernatural itself, right? It's like a co-writing process between the audience and the writers, and so, like your podcast is kind of like reflecting that as well.
Yeah.
I would say I think that's truly honestly what is happening because it's like, you know how the writers picked up on Jensen and Jared traits and then just wrote them into Sam and Dean and then proceeded to do the same thing with everybody else that got cast more or less.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the same situation. They'll be commenting on the lore and they'll be like, no, Joy, that's not right. Or they'll be like, oh my God, that was awesome. I never would have thought of that. Or like, just random things like cheering us on to different things. Like I can think of my friend, Sia was like, believe in yourself. You go and you talk to the writers if you want to talk to the writers. You go and you tag these people. And I did. And some people replied. So like they make us believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Any sort of go-to audience interaction stories, like some of your favorites?
We're getting weekly updates on a ghost story that's unfolded.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nadine and her ghost stories.
Yeah.
Nadine is such a good friend. She's such a good friend of the podcast. And she works in a haunted kind of like complex,
Yeah.
which is like a group living situation. And she is updating us every single week about spooky stories. I love it when Laura and I have prank wars on the podcast, which was inspired by the prank wars from Hell House, that episode where Sam and Dean are pranking each other mercilessly. I'll be like, guys, send me scary clown stories because Laura's pissing me off right now and she just got me really good and I need help. And people will write in and legitimately be like, here's a terrifying clown story for you. What else
Footballs.
do we have? Yeah.
I still don't think that I started the prank wars. I didn't mean to start prank wars anyway.
That's such a lie, and the recordings will back me up. Okay. Our listener participation is unique in that it's like the conversations that I've had, like one lady's child ended up becoming really unwell, and we were messaging back and forth. And I feel like to be taken into someone's private life in that way is like such an honor, honestly. We've had a couple of people write in, like a few students saying like, this podcast has gotten me through my tests, right? Like this is exam period and you are getting me through. And I remember going to uni and feeling like my brain was going to melt through my ears and I was never going to be able to form another decent sentence ever again in my life. And the things that comforted me were so important. So like whenever somebody's like, I'm at uni and this is helping, I'm just like, you don't even know. That's such a compliment. Thank you so much. That's huge. Like it's just those things, they're all my favorites, honestly. It's every conversation that we've had with people, even the people who are like, I've listened to all of your podcasts and I don't really agree with everything that you're saying, but I binged it and now I've caught up in real time. Like those are my favorite interactions too.
Yeah. I love that. Is there anyone who's like watching the podcast with watching the show with your podcast?
Loads of people actually. Like when I say that we are the gateway drug to supernatural rewatches, there's no exaggeration. Like one of my favorite compliments is, oh my gosh, you've made me want to watch this show. Or, oh my gosh, I have to go and rewatch this episode now because I didn't know that before. So those are the best.
Yeah. I also really like it when people are so considerate because they know I haven't watched it and they're like, wait, don't put things in the comments.
Yeah, that's adorable. I love that.
Really sweet.
People will jump in and be like, no, you can't say that. She hasn't watched up to that point yet. A lot of the guests that we've had it on have been like, oh my gosh, I'm really worried I'm going to accidentally spoil something for Laura. And I'll be like, no, that's me. I do that. You're fine. Nothing you could do will be as bad as the things that I've done. So it's fine. You're okay.
Yeah. Joy spoiled the whole demon blood thing.
She'll never let me live it down.
Sad.
I was like, wait, what do you mean? She's like, you know that already. I was like, no, I don't.
I honestly thought she had put two and two together, and she had not, in fact, done. She did not know. So yeah, that's my bad.
Do you have any people maybe following you on your Instagram? I don't know. Do you do TikTok? I can't remember.
We don't really do anything except for Instagram right now, although we are working to remedy that. We are trying to expand our horizons, so to speak.
So do you have anyone who's like following you but is not like, I don't know, just doesn't listen to the podcast, just follows you on Instagram?
Yeah, I think we probably have people that follow us on Instagram but don't actually listen.
Yeah, I guess there's the
follow for the memes.
Yeah, there's people who follow for my memes and my like funny stuff, I guess, because I suppose our Instagram is a space for me to tell people about the podcast. I'm like, ooh, shiny, look at all this supernatural stuff, supernatural memes. They're so funny. And then I'm like, hey, I have a podcast. And that's what the page does, really. So there are people who have like slowly wandered over. Mm-hmm. And then there's people who I think still don't know that we have a podcast somehow. Yeah. I'm sure that's true. Yeah. We'll get them eventually.
I have one final question and then we jump into the rapid fire. And my final question is, what is the best thing or the favorite thing that you have learned from creating for your community?
Ooh, what is my favorite thing that I have learned? Would this be like a personal thing or would this be like a supernatural thing that I've learned that I didn't know before? Like what kind of thing?
Either. It's up
either?
To you. Yes.
Well, I've learned that I love the show and I wish I'd watched it when it first aired.
Yeah, I also
actually, yes. I think the thing that I've learned is I've learned a couple of things. Number one, sometimes your chronic illness / brain damage has to work for you because I've had 3 concussions and I have POTS syndrome. So my memory is so shit. So if you've ever been like, oh, I really wish I could rewatch my favorite show and it'd be like the first time. Like, honestly, it is. Like, there's times when I'm not spoiling things for Laura and I do remember the plot line, but a lot of the time I'm just like, yes.
You're like, I can't actually remember.
I can't tell you. It's spoilers. When I'm like, I have no idea what happens next. Also, I have learned that, so my initial attitude when I first watched it was that I just really liked season 1 in the earlier seasons, and that the storyline kind of got a bit away from itself as things went on, and maybe things should have just ended after season 5. And on this rewatch, I don't think that I'm gonna feel that way. Like, I feel so differently. Like, before, I liked Cass-ish when he first got introduced, and then I was like, oh, whatever. Why is he here? Why are there so many added on characters? And I'm the complete opposite this watch. So I have learned that, I guess, I have a completely different take on Supernatural from what I did before.
Yeah.
And I actually value Sam as a character. And that's new for me.
She loves Sam,
'Cause
really.
between when I first watched it and now, I've done a lot of therapy, guys. I've got a lot more mental health than I did before. And I'm like, oh, the well-adjusted brother has a point. Like, he does cool things. Good. I can value that now.
He does have anger issues, but yeah.
You know what I think hooked me, and this is still unhealthy of me? It's like Dracula Sam.
Yeah.
I did not realize how hot Dracula Sam is until this watch through. Because all of my other watches, I was just like blinded by the light that is Dean Winchester. This time, I've seen it enough times that I can actually perceive other characters who are not just Dean. And I'm proud of myself for that. Growth.
See, I love Sam right from the beginning, but I don't like demon blood drinking Sam.
Yeah, you're horrified, aren't you? Whereas I'm like, violence, yes. That's the way to my heart.
Well, Dean is pretty shiny.
He is very shiny. Cass is shiny this watch
Cass
too.
is-
I have
Cass is
never in my
extremely
life been
shiny.
attracted to Castiel. This time I'm just like, oh my God, Cass. Cass is so hot, actually.
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I'm a John Winchester girl.
You really
Yeah.
are.
I mean,
But-
it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I mean, let's
Yeah.
not forget that.
Oh, wait,
Sam
let's
is-
not
Sam is
forget
second.
our biggest side quest, which was valuing the yellow-eyed demon and thinking that Azazel was
Oh, yeah,
actually really
he's
witty and
so
really hot.
cool. I love him.
That's
He's so
another thing that we
charming.
got a lot of write-ins. How could you possibly be attracted to the yellow-eyed demon? You guys have problems. And we're like, yes, we are aware. Okay, we're not saying that it's right. We're just saying that he's very funny. He has a very nice accent. He has a very good jawline. And he's a great
hilarious.
villain. He's a great,
Yeah.
great villain.
He's a good villain. Okay, that's a good point to jump into rapid fire.
Okay.
All
That's
right,
good.
so let's go with the first one. Favorite season so far?
Ooh. I think one.
One still kind of has my heart. Like, there are others that I really actually enjoy now that I didn't really enjoy before. But one is just like, it's utter nostalgia, isn't it? It's like Dad's on a hunting trip and he hasn't been back in a few days. And you're just like, I'm home.
And it's the Monster of the Week format is what
Yeah.
got me to start with.
Monster
I
of the Week
always
format.
liked those kinds of
So
shows.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, 3 words to describe Supernatural to someone who has never heard about it.
Only 3 words?
Yeah.
Why are you torturing me? What have I done to you, Novia?
Horror. Hot guys.
That's really good. That's really good.
You can have
I'm
one
gonna
more
go-
because I feel like hot guys is like it's one word.
I don't think I needed that. I don't think I needed more first.
Horror and hot guys.
Yeah.
Spooky emotional damage.
Okay, that was amazing.
Thank you.
That
I tried.
that feels like it should be on the back of the box set.
Spooky emotional damage.
Caution: spooky emotional damage.
The warning label. The
Yeah.
rating. Rated spooky. Emotional damage levels high.
Very high.
Very high.
Okay, go to episode recommendation. Like, an episode you'd say, watch this episode and you'll be an immediate fan.
Okay, mine is actually not for the faint of heart. Because here's the thing. I have a film degree and I am a film nerd. And monster movie is, I recognize not everyone's favorite, but it's such a work of art. Like,
Yeah.
for anyone who can actually enjoy old films, or Abbott and Costello or the old monster movies have a special place in their heart, monster movie is going to immediately make you love Supernatural.
See, I think for me, I have a love-hate relationship with Bloody Mary. Yeah, I'm sure there's been other episodes. I can't think off the top of my head now. Ones that I really like in each season, but that's always the one that stands out to me.
Best villain of the week. Or favorite villain of the week.
Of all time, up to
No,
season
just
5.
Yeah, up to the point you've watched it.
Yellow Eyes, I guess.
Azazel.
Yeah.
Well, he's not villain of the week.
Oh
a
no.
villain
So
of
it's
the
not- oh, I
week.
see
Yeah.
what you mean.
Yeah,
Where we are now. Sorry, confused.
No, because
like
he's
one-off.
technically he has like a longer arc. He's not like
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what are the rules, Navia?
So it's villain of the week. So it's like just like the one-off villains.
Okay, so we never see them again. So it's kind of like the background actor character situation where like they do not have a true story arc. They're just like a one and done.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think
Bloody
I've forgotten
Mary,
all of them.
actually.
I can't think of one-off ones, but maybe I'll just go backwards. So I said Bloody Mary before, and Joy said monster movie. So I'm gonna say Dracula.
I love Dracula. Oh no, can I change my answer? He's actually amazing.
Okay, kiss, marry, kill. Castiel, Uriel, Anna.
I will kiss Anna, kill Uriel. He's annoying as fuck and has no redeeming features, and marry Castiel.
Yeah, I think mine's the same actually.
Go listen to Witches of Letters. Go subscribe. Do all the things, and yeah, it's an amazing podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, thank you, ladies, for being on. It was lovely having you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And
we can't wait to have you back on our podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
we always
very
have fun with you.
excited. Same. And go listen to Witches of Letters.